Fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Oh! 5 pills lined up on the sink, each one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go. Stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. On everything. Oh. I'm Lance, yeah, this is my why. North Dakota carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you.
All right. I like that song. So, good evening. It's that time again. It's what today's Thursday, 6:15. A little bit of accountability for a 5-day water fast is what this live stream is for today. Terry's in the house, and she said that she's just putting her mom to bed. Well, good evening, Terry. Nice to see you today. Nice seeing you on with Mitch this morning. I kind of like that. That was pretty cool. You like that, Terry? That's John Together Strong did that song. And if you listen to the words of that, that's my story on my carnivore journey. And actually starts before it, because I did insanity for like 6 years. I lost 80 some pounds on that. And stopped doing it when I ended up having to have heart surgery. Because I was working my ass off, working out 6 days a week. I was eating a low fat, high carb diet. Really, really not good for me, but that's what I was eating. And yes, I lost the weight, but I was starving myself. I was, not doing good. And I ended up having, I ended up going into AFib and took medications, and then they stopped working, and my heart rate was going from like 25 to 160 at any given time. It would be just all over the place. And that's how the song starts out. I was running hard 6 days a week. After I had the heart surgery, I had anxiety really bad. I couldn't do my workouts. My blood pressure I found was high and got put on 5 medications. It's the 5 pills lined up on a sink telling me what to do. And then I found carnivore. I lost the weight. I got off all my medications, and my life is completely turned around. Carnivore saved my life. I know it did. Being 347 pounds, extremely obese, and then losing 142 pounds, it's tremendous what it does for a guy. So I really like that song. It was actually pretty cool. Twin Brook Acres, good evening. How are you doing tonight? So tonight, let's start out with first thing this morning for accountability for my weight. I did jump on my scale again, and I made it down to 216 pounds now. So that puts me at 9 pounds exactly down from where I started the other day, where I was 225.8. So I'm down 9 pounds. Not bad. I woke up this morning, my blood glucose and my ketones 83 and a 2.6 with a GKI of 1.7. So after I did my live stream last night, I also did a live stream with Jerome from Finally Fasting. That was a upper level members meeting only. So I actually joined the higher group so I could be in there. It's a coaching session. He does fasting coaching and stuff like that. So I got to talk to him a little bit one-on-one and hang out with the group in there and talk to those guys. It was actually pretty cool. I didn't mind doing that. And then so I got to bed late again. I got to stop doing that. I really need to go to bed early when I'm fasting because it really helps me. Oh, how long am I fasting? My plan is for 120 hours, so through tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. By this time tomorrow night, I will be past my fast, and oofda. Probably go until the morning though. So this afternoon, this was at 4:25. My glucose was down to 62. My ketones were at 3.6. And my GKI is at 0.9, which puts my BODS ratio at like 17, 18, which is really good. That's actually what I'm looking for, is to get down into that below 20 for my Dr. BODS ratio, or below a 1.0 for my GKI. That's where you have the best healing for your body going on. So much happens for you. Hey, Brian, good to see you. How you doing tonight? You lack in testing. My sleep is not that great. Yeah, barely getting 6 hours straight, so I know my numbers will be out of whack. I understand that too, because I've been only getting just over 6 hours of sleep a night, and when I fast, I do better if I can get at least 7 hours. Makes a big difference on how I feel, and actually makes a big difference on how my body reacts to everything if I get enough sleep. Yeah, you made it tonight. Jiffy, how are you doing? Ran around cooking pork steaks and feeding pets. Well, it's nice to have you here. So, I don't know. I noticed today after Dr. Kiltz got on and Mitch was over, I know Erin had her live. I was in a meeting. I couldn't go to Erin's live. But after that, there wasn't like anybody doing any lives today. And like even right now at this time, there's usually somebody else doing a live in the carnivore space somewhere. There's nobody out there doing anything tonight. Is everybody at meat stock or traveling to meat stock, or what's going on with that? It's just different. Brian says, hope you guys are doing good. Yeah. Yeah, they're all at meat stock, aren't they? Hey, now, one of the people I got a lot of inspiration from when I first started carnivore was Dante Ferrigno. And he's had some issues, personal issues, family issues in the last year. He actually disappeared from YouTube for about 5 months. He posted a video today again. So for the first time in 5 months, there's a new video from Dante Ferrigno walking around a grocery store looking at different food items and stuff. it was nice to see Dante out there again. Looks a little different. You have to go check out his video. Did I start fasting in the initial start of my carnivore journey? No. When I first started my carnivore journey, I pretty much started doing 3 meals a day, and that didn't last very long. And then I went to 2 meals a day, breakfast and dinner, fasting for 12 hours in between. And after a couple of months, it went to OMAD, and it wasn't until like maybe 4 months into it that I started fasting where I'd skip a meal. And I think my first fast is just I wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat that night. Wasn't hungry in the morning, and I ended up doing like a 72-hour fast that first time, and it felt really good. And then I started thinking, I wonder what my ketones are. So I ended up ordering a keto mojo, and then it was my second or third time I actually did a 72-hour fast. Keto mojo showed up, and I was able to do that. My wife is diabetic, so I was able to test my glucose with her glucometer. So I knew what my glucose was. I just didn't have any idea what was going on with my ketones. But now I do. I test that often. Yeah, it sounds like meat stock is where everybody's at. Yeah, it was good to see Dante again. I miss that guy. He's had a he was a great inspiration for me when I first started. I was interviewed by Dante uh, just about a year ago now. I had an interview with him, and with the Healing Humanity website, the membership site there, Dante used to do a Sunday afternoon live meeting for 2 hours, and I used to hang out with Dante and talk with him on Sundays. So that was always really cool to talk to him. He's a really down to earth guy. And I liked it back when Dante and his wife were doing their lives in the afternoon. That was actually pretty cool to watch them together and see her get involved in it. All right. So, yeah, Shane, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Yeah. Amy's was a premiere. So she could talk to people while they were in the live stream with her. You just she wasn't live on the screen, but she was live in the chat. And this is my third element electrolyte today. So once I get past that 72-hour mark, it's 2 or 3 elements a day for me for my electrolytes. Otherwise, I do have issues. And I think I started my second one too late in the afternoon because I have been having issues today. At this time of my fast, I normally don't have issues with hunger. And today it just seems to be bothering me. And I had my coffee this morning as usual, but I didn't have my drink my first element for a few hours after that. And then my second one didn't start until it was like 4 o'clock this afternoon, right before I came home. I drank another one. And now I've got this one here. So it's just, I have to make sure I get my electrolytes, whether it's element or salty or just even Redmond's salt. Otherwise, I do have trouble with it. Nice. You saw Dante and you're going to watch that tomorrow. Rigno Freedom? Or are you talking about Finally Fasting with Jerome? Dante's at Rigno Freedom. Jerome, the guy that I do the fasting with, is Finally Fasting. Aaron, good evening. How are you doing today? Is that flavored element? No, this one is the raw element. So it's just a straight salts. I did have, what was it this afternoon? It was the orange mineral water element, the can. I did have one of those this afternoon. So that helped a lot. And it was actually something I had in the fridge at my work. But it was needed. Everybody's saying hi. That's awesome. You just got done umpiring a softball game? Man, you're busy with that stuff, aren't you? You get involved with the hockey, you get involved with softball. That's actually really good. This week, the meals have been pretty good, but tonight you made 3 ingredient buns for your burger. That sounds amazing, Terry. 3 ingredient. Did you make chocolate or were like the cloud bread type of buns? Brian says tomorrow just sardines, no eggs. Going to add iced coffee and see if there's a difference. How are your ketones and glucose this morning? I don't remember seeing that in Kiltz or in anywhere else today. I actually had my glucose this morning and my ketones were actually pretty good. So I said yesterday, my ketones seem to follow pretty closely in the morning to what they were in my evening previous. So my ketones last night were 2.9, 2.6 in the morning. So it's not bad. But this was a little bit later. I forgot to put my keto mojo on my headboard so I would remember this year's. Because, sometimes I'm a bonehead. And it just happens that way. Yeah. You love being busy. Oh, eggs, goat milk powder, and baking powder. Goat milk powder. Where do you get goat milk powder at? I know powdered milk. I've seen that before, but I've never seen goat milk powder. Have you tried the butter powder for baking stuff like this with? Carrie Kelly on X has some recipes out there with butter powder making biscuits and stuff like that. It's apparently it ends up really good. I've just never seen it before. They looked great when you invited us over for burgers. Absolutely. A1C was 6.4 back in December, and now it's 5.4. That is awesome, Aaron. Now, Aaron, are you still taking medication or are you off your medications for this? So, because if you're off your medications, that means you're no longer diabetic, right? You don't test, got into coffee. You didn't test because you got into coffee. You'll get it in the morning. Yeah. I understand that. Get it off Amazon. Yep. You've used butter powder. Chris Quick in Asheville uses it. See, I've never seen it. So I'm not really. I guess I'd have to look on Amazon one day. I'm not really going to look at it that much. I find that the more I try to make sad dishes out of a carnivore stuff, the harder I have with dealing with food cravings and stuff like that. About the powder at Walmart in PA. Walmart sells that? That's amazing. Anytime, come on over, Brian. We'll make burgers. Be there in an hour. You're still on. You're on it still, but this is the first test since you're hoping to get off a good amount of them and find cutting it back. Make sure not to neglect the impact. Yeah, you got to be careful when you're coming off of the medication. So I didn't know if you had come off of them yet or if you were still on them. It'll be interesting when you do come off of them. That'd be amazing to report that. Yeah, the goat milk or goat powder is easier on your gut. That's I've heard that people say that before that the goat milk and like A2 milk, if you find A2, are much easier on the stomach. So, hey, did I show this? This is where I was at the top of the hour. So I'm 96 and a half hours fasted right now and doing really good, doing better now that I've had my electrolytes. It's helping tremendously so that I don't have the cravings. I don't want to break into a ribeye. I've got less than 24 hours to go before I can eat if I want to eat. And even tomorrow night, as long as I'm not hitting a wall or anything, I'll probably go until Saturday morning before I break my fast. And if I'm doing good Saturday morning, I might go until Sunday. I might do a 7-day fast. Be interesting to do another one. So I've only done one 7-day fast so far, but it would be nice. Yeah, we don't worry about typos because I can't read anyway, and I have a hard time speaking sometimes. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Because it's all good. Even Dr. Kiltz plane, he couldn't make it there in an hour. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to try a water fast this weekend. You're in a better place this week with food. That's good. You do have to be in the right place to be able to do it. I made that mistake when I tried that dry fast, and I'm going to have to try that again here soon, but properly feed before I do it because it makes a big difference. Yeah, I am. I'm kicking ass on this fast. It's actually really good. That yesterday I had absolutely no hunger, or the day before. Today it's just a little bit of food noise and a little bit of grumbling with my stomach, and it just was strange today. Yeah, Brian's, you're not going to eat regular food until Monday. You can continue the sardine fast through Monday, and that's actually really good. And you got me thinking a lot more about doing that 21-day sardine fast. So I might have to give that a try. I know Larry just put out a video. You're not going to tell me what I'm. You got me in trouble, Aaron. My wife is mad at me. She asked me last night, when are you done with this fast? I'm like, I don't know, Friday, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday, maybe next week sometime. And she's like, oh, really? I'm like, why? She's like, well, you show me that video that Aaron did, and I want that, but I'm not making it for myself. And you are fasting, you're a jerk. And she walked off. Like, damn. Yeah. So that recipe actually looked really good. She really wants to try it. I told her she could make it for her and our son and his girlfriend. I don't know if she's going to or not, or if she's going to wait for me. That sardine that day really helped out. Really, that helped you with the hunger. I'm gonna have to look at the ketogenic woman just to look at some of the stuff that she's doing with sardines because I actually don't mind sardines, even the cheap ones. They don't bother me at all. You're gonna stop eating Sunday at 3 p.m. To keep your schedule. Yep, that'll work. Brian said that's great, Terry. So, oh, I forgot to open up that window. Damn. Wait a minute. No, I did. I did open it up. So today is day 90 or hour 96 for my fast. So I'm going into 96 hours to 120 hours of a 5-day water fast. And my body is in a deep sustained ketosis with maximum fat oxidation, continued cellular repair, heightened regenerative signals, particularly around stem cell activation and immune modulation. This is the home stretch of a 5-day fast. Is where the many report the hunger is stable, energy, mental clarity are rising really well, and going through the roof. Um, it's it's one of those things where your mind just works so much faster. It's one of the reasons why I'm sitting here talking and I have to slow down because my mind is going so much faster than what my mouth can actually talk. It's just really cool. But there's still the possibility of electrolyte imbalances. And it's one of the reasons why I'm drinking. This is my third element so that I can make sure that my hydration is up there and I don't have issues. And that way I don't cramp at night either. But now my energy, my glycogen stores are depleted. Um, I am getting my energy from ketones, and what little amount of glucose my body needs, my liver is making for it. I'm not taking in any type of glucose other than what my liver is making. And that's carnivore diet does that mostly to begin with. But I'm at the maximum fat burning from yesterday until today. My weight you saw I lost, it was just over 2 pounds. Uh, and don't you know, there goes my camera again. Well, I don't need a camera to continue reading this. Um, the human growth hormone levels are elevated, and they'll continue to remain elevated as long as I'm fasting. Um, my like I said, my glucose is down, my insulin is down, leptin alongside fivefold ketone increase. This is where my ketones generally between now and tomorrow sometime, I expect to see my ketones jump from the 3.6 where they're at right now to 4.5 up to 5.6. 5.6 is whereas a 5.8 is the highest ketone I've ever had. Never been above 5.8, but getting up there is where I expect to be here shortly. Let's see, my phone is restarted. Now I just gotta log back into it. Change that from charging to webcam. Keep it from shaking because it's doing a shake, rattle, and roll. Turn it back on. Now, that camera there that is showing is my laptop camera. It's not the best camera out there. Well, look at that. It doesn't even want to let me do this camera. Oh, let's see. I had it selected for my phone and it decided it didn't want to do my phone. And now I got it back. So I just go back in here, make sure, change that to a 1080p so the sign comes out a little bit more clear. And look at that. I made it back. So, but that's where I'm at with my with the fasting. So this is what happens on it right now. The interstitial stem cells and immune regeneration are highlighted around the 96 hours. Stem cell activation can maximize supporting gut lining repair, microbiome reset, and broader immune system turnover, cleaning old white blood cells with new ones generated. Effects often amplified on refeeding. So when I go to refeed after this, I'll get even more benefits from the stem cell activations because of this. Programmatic changes across organs from multi-day fasting continue, including adaptations in lipid metabolism, neuronal support, and stress-resistant pathways. IGF-1 levels are suppressed. Inflammation markers may show mixed responses, some reduction in chronic indicators, but a 5-day study noted temporary rises in TNF alpha and IL-6. But I also know from the studies that I've read that those go back down after you do your repeat, and they're not really going to hurt you too much. But now I will continue to lose weight for this time here. It's still going to be a mix of water and fat, and I'll still have the possibility of the ketone breath that they call, but I don't see that happening because I don't have the sweets or anything that's in my body to give it that taste in your mouth. Still, they still caution at this point about muscle loss. I still say that I don't believe it's muscle loss. I believe that what's going on, if there's anything like that, is you're just losing the water that is stored in between, or the fat that's in between the muscles. So your marbling is going away is basically what it is. And people attribute that to muscle, but it's not. Brian says I have a can of sardine pate. I'm going to get into this next week. I gotta try that stuff. You don't have mom next week, so water fast will be beneficial, as I will get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and you'll be needing support. We'll still be here, and we'll still be in the morning meeting with Larry and with Dr. Kiltz. I'm not always in Mitch's meeting because I end up having meetings in the morning around that time. My first meeting of the day is actually going on during that meeting, and I can't miss that one because it's my boss's boss that I'm in a meeting with. Yeah, it's nice to have a break, Terry. You don't think you're going to try to do a dry fast? I think I'm going to try it one more time, at least a 24-hour dry fast one more time, and to see if I fuel myself with a ribeye or a New York strip steak or a T-bone, something fatty. If I'm able to nail that 24 hours and get my ketones up and get my glucose down in a 24-hour period on a dry fast. I just want to try and see if it works for me, and I've got to feel my body right to begin with to do that. So, but that's where I'm at. Again, today was like tomorrow was going to be. It was only supposed to be a 30-minute window here, and we put a little music in the background. So it's just going to be a short accountability meeting. I'm not looking to do a whole hour here. So this is actually really distracting because I like this song. Oh, it didn't start it over. I got it. But this is Gone Together Strong that did this. He's got some really amazing music on his channel. He's done some really cool videos. And if you listen to them, they all have a teaching lesson inside of them. I think it's actually really cool how deep he gets into this music. Turn down just a little bit. That way it's just barely in there. But this accountability is just to be accountable. I'm feeling a lot better after being in the meeting, talking, having another electrolyte, BSing with everybody, because that's always, and they fly by. 30 minutes is really quick. So it's just a beautiful thing. Have a good one. Yeah, don't let you wait. Watch the next cooking video that comes out tonight. I will have to keep an eye out for that one. Because she may actually, I don't know if he subscribed to your channel. But if she finds any more of those videos, I think she's going to. Have a good night, y'all. And you're welcome, Jippies. I'm glad you come in and hang out. And I'm just going to sit here and let this song play out, and then I'll end the stream. You all have a great night. Oh, that's cool. Have a good night, Brian. Don't be takers. Have a good one.